Iboan, thank you so much for connecting with me today to talk about self-confidence. Now, we all want to be more and more self-confident, right? So what is self-confidence? Self-confidence is the belief in your capacities, in your skills, in your judgments, and your views of the world. It's a fantastic thing to have because we know that people who are self-confident is happier, they're also more successful. They also feel more motivated to pursue their goals. I did a previous recording on motivation. So if you feel that your motivation is a little bit low and it could be improved, please have a look at that clip. I will also put the web link below. So now, of course, there are people who are overconfident. The people who thinks that the moon, the sun, the planet Earth, the planet Jupiter, the planet Saturn is sitting on their shoulders and they walk around as if they have just swallowed a bicycle handle. That is excessive self-confidence. It could be annoying to others. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about healthy self-confidence that keeps you in life, keeps you going, and makes you achieve whatever goals you have in a pleasant, happy way. Now, some of us lack self confidence. Some of us may lack it in certain areas of our life. So, I've met people who are very self confident in their career, in their work life, but in social situations or in relationships, they lack a little bit of confidence. So, it can also happen that way. It doesn't mean that just because you're confident in one area that you go on to become confident in all areas. But whatever it is, how do we improve our self confidence? So, today I'm going to give you some strategies that if you implement it consistently in your life, you would be a more confident person. First, and I think this is really such an important one, is do not compare yourself with others. Now, this comparison game has been inculcated in us, especially in Asian countries where since we were a child, our parents said, look at your brother, look at your sister, look at that neighbor's child, look at your best friend, look at your cousin. They're doing so much better. They get up in the morning, they wash the dog, clean the iron the clothes, cook the food, go for tuition, go for school, look at you. So this comparison has been in a way ingrained in our society. It is not healthy. So if you are in the game of comparing yourself with your sibling, with your friends, with your cousins, with your workmates, with your university colleagues, make a conscious effort to stop yourself, including counting how many likes your post on Facebook got as compared to your friends. Consciously say, I'm not going to do it, because comparing yourself is not useful. It only brings your self confidence lower. The second strategy is listen to your small inner voice and what it says. Many times, our small inner voice, that voice within us, says some really nasty things about ourselves, isn't it? It says you're not good enough. What can you do? Look at that person, look at your colleague, that other person in the other department, look at the way they give that fantastic public speech. Can you do it? Certain awful things our mind tells us, which we would dream of telling another person. So remind yourself, be very conscious of what your mind is telling you to put your self confidence down and counteract it by the third strategy, which I'm going to tell you, which is tell yourself, okay, maybe my colleague made a fantastic speech at the inauguration, but when I was in school, I had made fantastic speeches too. Maybe I hadn't done that later on in life, but I have that capacity. Somebody might tell you, your body size has changed, you got too thin, or you put on a bit of weight, look at you, or your mind on your own might tell awful things about yourself. Remind yourself that maybe my body structure has changed, but hey, everybody tells me I have a beautiful face, I have fantastic hair, I have lovely eyes. So when your mind tells you certain nasty things about yourself, listen to it and counteract it with positive evidence for the contrary. That's the third strategy. The fourth strategy is do things that you're good at. So many of us always really focus on trying to do things that we are not good at. So, for example, say if you've never done gardening and you've been a terrible gardener, and the moment you touch a plant, the plant dies, it's okay to learn gardening and strive at it, but also focus on things that you're inherently good at. For example, if it's cooking, or whether it's car mechanics or carpentry, if you had an inherent capacity or skill to do it since younger days or adolescence, do more of that because you already have a tendency to do well in it. When you do that, your self esteem and self confidence by working on the things that you are anyway good at improves. The fifth strategy is learning to say no. Now, many of us are bombarded by people around us inviting us for parties, inviting us for this, telling us to do their work, and then they're having a jolly time. And our society, unfortunately, has inculcated in us to do those things. අනේ පව් වැඩේ නෑ මොනහරි ඇහුවොත් කොච්චර අමාරු වුණත් පිටිපස්සෙන් යනත් you might be scolding that person at the back, but on the face you say okay, I'll do it. A person who is self confident is somebody who is quite skilled at saying no when a certain request by another party doesn't quite suit them, but they say it in a very kind way. So, for example, say somebody invites you for a particular party which you really don't want to go to, or asks you to take on a project and you're already inundated with so many projects. You could say something like, that's really kind of you. That's really flattering of you to invite me for it. But those dates don't seem to suit me, really. If I had more time, I would have done it. So you're complimenting that person for considering you, whatever that person's ideas are, but if you're kind to them, but we also say no. When we say no consistently and we don't allow other people to misuse our kindness, you feel better about yourself. You feel more confident. And the final strategy I want to tell you is looking after your body and mind and your spirituality. We find that people who exercise, who eat good, nourishing food, who really replenish their system with water and good liquids, not only do they look physically nice, they feel good for looking after themselves. They feel good for exercises so that their body is healthy and strong and looking good. They feel good for the choices they make in food. Not too much oily stuff, not too much sweet stuff, but eating healthy, fresh produce like fruits and vegetables, drinking lots of water rather than aerated drinks. When you do that, it shows to you that you love yourself. You want to be the best version of yourself. So, similarly, doing certain improvement strategies on your mental health. This is one such program, and there are so many such programs in my own YouTube channel as well as other channels on YouTube where you can learn so many strategies to have a better functioning, stressless mind. So, as you incorporate these strategies into your life, you feel good because you're doing this because you love yourself. Then getting involved, I'm talking in the context of really developing yourself, spiritual things, whether it's meditation or whether it's prayer or going to your place of worship a few times a month, getting involved with the spirit is also related to improving self esteem and self confidence. So, therefore, today we met to discuss about how we can improve our self confidence. There are many ways, and it is easy actually to do it if you consistently put what I say into practice. So, thank you very much, and please connect with me in the future for similar topics. And if you feel there are other areas in which you would like to get more information on, please put it down in the comment box. Thank you very much.